Powered by Riverside FM.
Awkward.
What I was trying to say is that if I can change,
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился
and
сегодня.
you can change,
Вы можете измениться.
everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.
You're listening to WildFireRadio.com presents the Jerry Torres program. No bad news, no sad news, no politics, no religion, just happy fun stuff. And now, here's your host, Jerry Torres.
Five-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy and Tits McGee.
Now go do that voodoo that you do so
Let's go bowling. What the hell's going on here?
brilliant.
Why, thank you. Well, I took you bowling. Son of a bitch. What the hell, man? Hey, everybody. Oh, my God. I keep forgetting I'm on the air. Enchante went to another Doctor Edition episode of the greatest podcast show ever that no one listens to. And if they did, hey, more power to you. Yeah. Anyway, welcome one and all. Appreciate everybody coming on, staying on. What be happening, homie? Yeah, I speak Crip and Blood. Oh, I think that's what you call it. I don't know. There are Crips and Bloods here, but they're so weak and the numbers like so low. They're not even threatening. You know, it's like, hey, we're Crips and we're Bloods. How many you got? 2 members. It's like, oh, okay, then get the hell out of my face then, you know? Oh my God. Well, today I had a really good day. I went to the beach thinking that it was going to be a thunderstorm and I think it was going to rain. I kept an eye on the weather and satellite photos and satellite imagery, and was pretty much the storm was coming, but not, you know, especially at Seaside Heights. Oh my God. So nothing happened. I was thankful. I was like, yes, no storm. Excellent. But when I got there, it was cloudy. It did like drizzle a little bit. And then after it drizzled, it stopped. And I was like, oh shoot. So then I thought about while I was driving up there, I thought about going to the gym. There's a Planet Fitness up there. So the first thing I was like, I was about to make the turn to go. I was so close to make the turn. But for some reason, I was like, wait a minute, hold your horses. Do I have brake noises? Let me see here. Hold on. Let me see. Brakes. Yeah, here we go.
Pump the brakes.
So I was like milliseconds when the light about to turn green. And then all of a sudden I said, you know what? I'm gonna go jogging on the beach just like on the boardwalk, just like I normally do. So the next thing you know, I was like, I kept going straight, and then I parked my car. I grabbed my backpack, and then I ran my 3 miles on this boardwalk strip where people go ride their bikes or they run and walk. And that's what I did. I ran. I was like, ah, good. And the weather was nice, wasn't hot, wasn't humid. And all of a sudden, I did my 3 miles, man. I was like, ah, yes, thank you. Oh, wait, let me save this. Hold on. Uno momento, por favor. Okay. And I ran my 3 miles, and I saw some other people jogging up there too. And I saw this really hot blonde wearing the super tightest bikini. She looked at me and gave me a big smile, and I smiled right back. Then when I saw her face, she had the most thickest freaking eyebrows I've ever seen. Oh my God. I mean, woman, there's something called a word called trimming. Yeah, hedge those ferrets, whatever you got above your eyes. She was freaking hot. She got a crazy body, but her freaking eyebrows were like thick ferrets or raccoon tails, whatever the hell it was, squirrels. Some two squirrels are out there with no tails. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you have a beautiful hot face, great rocking bod, but damn it, do something about those eyebrows, please. So I kept running. I was like, I'm running away from those things. The things might bite me. And and that's what I did. I ran my 3 miles, went back to my car, and then I went to the south side of Seaside Heights, where I normally go. I call it the Forbidden Zone. And then I grabbed my backpack, I changed my clothes, and all of a sudden, like I went to I started walking and set up. And then next thing you know, I was having a good time. I was by myself. There were some fishermen there, you know what I mean? But it's good to get away from everything and everyone. It was. And I managed to just take a little nap, and then I was reading my book, and I was letting the water crash into my feet, and I was just clearing my head, man. It's good to do that sometimes. And then I saw these two ladies. They had this one beautiful dog. Oh my god, this dog was so friendly. And I threw the stick at it. It was I forgot the name of the dog. Oh my god, Colton, whatever that was. But anyway, it was a mixed breed of like Labrador, Pit Bull, and I was like, oh my god, but this dog was so damn friendly, so playful. I was like, it didn't need to be on the leash. It was like how it loved people. And I was looking at it, I was playing with it, I was petting it, and then I was like, oh man, poor thing must have been thirsty. I gave him some water. And then after that, the two ladies were very nice. I had a nice, wonderful conversation with them. And then, the ladies were, I forgot what the hell we were talking about. I can't remember. But anyway, so after playing with the dog for a little while, I was like, "Hey, you're a friendly dog," And then all of a sudden, they left. They had to go back. They had errands to take care of, and that was it. I played with that dog probably for like 15 minutes, and I loved it. I really did, man. I was like, "Oh man, made me want to get a dog," you know. But besides all that, um, I stuck around for another like 2 or 3 hours, and again, it was just like just to get away, man. Oh my god! And I got there, I think around 8, and I jogged, I think around 7:45, and I got to my forbidden zone. I think it was around, oh god, what time was it? I think it was like 8:15. So I managed to stay on the beach for like 3 or 4 hours just to have. I just had fun because today on a Wednesday, I'm normally at work, but due to the fact that they had to do heavy maintenance on the entire warehouse, they had to shut it down and they had to take a day off. Now, normally it'd be like, hey, come in for a half a day. Too late. You say you're going to close it. Hey, come in. We'll clean all day long. Too late. You say you were going to close. Hold on. Oh my God. So I did my thing and I just had fun, you know? And then I started to drive home. I promised to bring the family back some Kentucky Fried Chicken. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm bringing back Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I did, and I did. And after that, I drove home. It started to rain on my way home. Can you believe that? I was like, no way in hell. There was heavy rain. Oh damn it! I was I was quick. So it was like this heavy rain, and then there was no thunderstorm. It was just this downpour, this deluge. I was like, oh my god! And I managed to get home safely, thank God. And I thought about like going to the supermarket but I was so tired, and I didn't say I was gonna fall asleep behind the wheel, but I was just yawning a lot. Oh my goodness, like I'm doing now. So I got home safe, took out my stuff, and put everything in the laundry hamper. And oh God, I was smelling like beach and dog. I mean, that's what I was smelling like. And I missed that dog already. That dog was so playful and friendly. I was like, oh my God. And it's true what they say. Dogs are a man's best friend. Am I right? Huh? Yeah? Oh, okay. Are dogs? No. Donkeys are a guy's best friend. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm not gonna go to the comedy club tomorrow. I'm just like I said, I gotta go get an EKG done on my chest. Nothing bad, you know. And then after that, do some extraordinarily light grocery shopping. I made a grocery list of what I needed. I just said, okay, I need eggs. We're good on cheese, and I might buy some tomato sauce. Wait, where's my list at? Yeah, I'm thinking about making like a very light tomato sauce. Let me see, tomato sauce, tomato sauce. I'm gonna put that on the list because I know I'm gonna forget. Oh yeah, pizza sauce and cheese, pizza sauce. Yeah, I saw this thing on TikTok where they got the burrito, the wrap, whatever, and some guy said if you're really on a diet, you want to lose some weight, but you don't want the heavy dough and the cheese, make this. And he grabbed like this burrito and the burrito wraps, and he threw it on the ground, not threw it on the ground, threw it on the counter, and he put pizza sauce. Then he put cheese on it. Then he put a pan in the oven, and he put like the kind of pan you put cookies on. So the next thing you know, he put it in the oven, and in about like 10 minutes, the whole freaking thing was light and crispy and extraordinary flat pizza. I was like, I like this idea. I'm going to do it. So yeah, burrito wrap. Do I have it? Let me see here. I gotta make sure I have it. Yeah, burrito wraps, pizza sauce, and shredded cheese. Shredded. I gotta make sure because I am making this shredded cheese. There we go. Yeah, because I'm on a diet, dude. I've been good for like 2 weeks. Cautiously, what I'm eating. I've been eating an apple for lunch and drinking my smoothies and drinking my powders, my powder drinks. These powder drinks that I drink, I see them on TikTok and I did my research. They are legit. They look like pink lemonade. That's what it looks like. But they have different flavors. They have strawberry, pink lemonade, um, pineapple, whatever. So you mix them with water, with ice, and then you shake it up, and then all of a sudden, within like hours after you take it, you take a nice dump. You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell? But it does control your hunger. It does put your mind on. It gives you that light energy, not that super heavy energy, and it controls your hunger. You're not hungry. You're not even thinking about food for like hours, and it does work. I drink it like around lunchtime, and I'm like, whoa, I don't feel hungry. What the hell? I'm looking at food. I'm like, you know what? During my lunchtime, right? I might go to bring in my yogurt and my apple because during lunchtime, oh God, I see my coworkers like eating burgers and pizza and chicken, and I don't know if it's the Haitians or the Nigerians or I don't know, but or the Indian or the Pakistanis that are my job that are really effing cool people. But man, they bring a buffet of food. I'm like, what the hell? And they eat it all. I'm like, if I ate what they ate, I would get the itis, I would get the gases, and I would get the farticus, and I would be like, I want to sleep this because this is too much food, man. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm bringing my hunger control powder and my pills and eating my apple, and now I'm gonna bring in my yogurt or my cottage cheese. I'm like, yeah, this is my lunch. This is my lunch. I might start bringing in vegetables too, like peppers, sliced peppers and carrots. Ugh, God. Yeah, because listen, I'm trying to lose the weight, and I completely forgot to call the pharmacy to see if my Wegovy is ready. God willing, it's ready, man. I need my Wegovy. Um, yeah. So after all that, I said to myself, you know what? I'm taking stuff that really works. I drink it, and then about you feel the effects in like 15 to 20 minutes after you drink this stuff. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna get up and get it, man. I'm like immensely exhausted. Oh my god. Why? Who's at the door? Uh, it's called packing mix. I think what's it called. I don't want to get up, dude. But anyway, the stuff does work. The stuff does work, but it works for like 3 to 4 hours, and then after that, you got to drink another one. It's like, oh my god. So I'm gonna drink that tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go jogging tomorrow, and then after the jogging, I gotta take a shower because at 12:30 I have to go to the hospital for an EKG, and then after the hospital, I am gonna go light grocery shopping, probably at Walmart or Shoprite. I might try Aldi's on Friday, maybe. Thinking about it. I mean, Aldi's is good, but they don't have a freaking huge selection like Shoprite does or Walmart. It don't listen. I'm not putting down Aldi's by any means. In many ways, yeah, you can lose. You just lose money. You can save money, a lot of money at Aldi's. But I'm looking at the stuff. I'm like, they don't have the things that I want. I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, where's the yogurt? It doesn't have the yogurt and cottage cheese that I like. And then I would keep looking around, like, It has a great selection of meats. I know that chicken and beef. I'm like, okay, all right, not bad, not bad, not bad. But it has a huge selection of bread and cakes, and I was like, oh man. But I will shop there just to see how much money I can save and get my quarter back when I'm using the shop cart. Oh my god, where's my water, man? I'm thirsty, dude. Hold on. Uno momento, por favor. Mm. Ow, love it. Uh, I was doing as soon as I came home. All right, as soon as I came. So, well, before I continue with the next story, what happened was so there I was, right, and to continue light grocery shopping. And after the light grocery shopping, I'm gonna come home and cut the grass. Yeah, because I don't want to immediately come back into the house and then take a nap and then knowing that I have a lot of things to do. So what I'm gonna do is cut the grass. First priority, right there. Cut everything. Backyard, front yard, get my weed killer because the weeds are coming back aggressively now. Hey, you killed our friends. You killed our family. We're coming back stronger and better than ever. I'm like, you son of a bitch. And then use the weed whacker, then the blower, and then after that, when all's said and done, I can finally just be like, okay, grass is cut. Put that off the list. And then come back in the house, make dinner. I don't want to buy. I'm thinking about buying again. Oh God, I'm spending too much money. Um, yeah, maybe. So after all that, yeah, I'm just going to. I don't have laundry. I did laundry. I folded laundry. I cleaned the bathroom, cleaned the kitchen, cleaned. I took out the garbage, took out the recycle. Um, you see what I mean? It's like so much in my head right now. I'm like, what is it I'm gonna do next? So after all that, I just going to get done, probably come upstairs and just take a nap, you know. I'm taking like a little I wouldn't say a time off from doing rehearsals or stand-up comedy. I'm going back to the club next Thursday. That's a guarantee because Friday I have a comedy show, um, a free comedy show at this fire camp thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some hot dogs and some burger buns, and have like a major cookout where everybody can Make it because I don't want to make s'mores. No, I'm gonna make a hot dog, over a fire. And because the next comedy show is next Friday, that's where I'm going. And then Thursday, I'm gonna go to the club. Next Thursday, I'll go to the club. I will. Tomorrow I won't. I just want to chill. I just want to relax because I'm going to be so exhausted from doing 3 or 4 things tomorrow. And one of them is after that, cut that grass. I'm going to stinky. Yeah. Stink of grass. Oh, which reminds me, I got to put gas in the container. Oh, caca pee pee poo poo. Put gas in container. I'll probably do that first thing tomorrow after I do my run. Yeah, gas in container. Yeah. Yeah. First thing tomorrow morning, I'll do that. I might do that tonight. Maybe. I don't know. Man. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow morning. I'm too tired to go out anywhere because after this, I am going to upload it, and then after I upload it, probably see the first episode of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and then see Lioness because now there's like the new season of Lioness, and I tell all my buddies, you gotta watch the show. Why? Because it's dark, it's death, it's dangerous, and Zoe Saldana is naked. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, dude, she has a nice perky butt. Oh my god, it is so adorable. You just want to give it a good kiss. That's what you want to do. Like, mwah. With that was a kiss? What the hell? Wait a minute. Hold on. What the hell? That was a kiss? That's licking a brick. What the hell? Oh my god, this is just soundboard. Poopy caca. I'm crossing the line with language, but I should continue.
I insist.
Ah, man. Oh God. So anyway, so yeah, come tomorrow. I'll after I do my run, I'll get gas, and then to come home and start cutting God, I'm trying my best not to do too much at once, but which I am going to be doing a lot tomorrow. So after I do my run, the first thing I'm going to do is get my gas tank and then run to the gas station, put gas in the gas container, and then come home, and then get ready to go to the hospital, then hospital, come home, and then, not home yet, but I got to do some like grocery shopping. And then after that, oh God, man. Yeah, so going to the comedy club tomorrow, I'm just gonna be too exhausted and too tired because I just want to okay, I gotta take a nap. I want to take a nap. I want to rest. This is my 4-day vacation. That's what it is, dude. Oh my God. Anyway, so we'll see, people. Oh my God. So anyway, where the hell's my thing? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, like I said, I went to the beach, I had a good time. There was this hot cougar woman. All right, this is what happened. All right. I'm walking back to my car with like my backpack and my beach chair. And I didn't get in my car yet because my feet were like covered in sand. And I was like, oh God, I'm not gonna put sand. So I have a brush in my car that I used to scrape the windows, but anyway. So I scraped off all the sand off my feet first. That's what I did. And I scraped all the sand off my sandals. And finally, I did it all. Then I had all this garbage from Wawa. I went to Wawa today. I grabbed me my beef jerky, my grapes, crackers, and cheese box that I love so much. And I had it like in a garbage bag when I was eating it on the beach. Then I had more junk. I had these receipts. I was like, oh my God, how much garbage do I have in my car? Damn it. So I put it all in the bag. After I cleaned my feet with sand and my sandals, no more sand. Everything was like all this garbage. I put it all in the bag. As I was walking towards back as I was walking towards the garbage can, I noticed this mother and daughter, right? They were both wearing two-piece bikinis. Now, the daughter, I didn't know her age, so I'm not going to go cross the line and say something. But the mom, oh my lord, this woman had a rockin' bod. I was like, I even said it. I was like, damn, girl, you take damn good of yourself. Oh my lord, you're chiseled. And she didn't take like offense. She knew it was a compliment. She looked at me. She, oh wait, thank you. And the daughter's face was like, "Ew, you're hitting on my mom." Yeah, what's wrong? Because I'm not hitting on you. You're underage, you stupid bitch. You know what I mean? I was like, the look on her face was like, "Man, what about me? No, I ain't gonna be talking about you." I was trying to kick game to the mom, but knowing that she was with her daughter, I was like, you know what, man, your daughter C blocked me, man. Effing whore bag, you know. I was like, damn it. So I managed to have a little conversation with the mom, but she was with her daughter, and I kept it very short. And then I said, "Listen, guys," they went on bicycles. So then I said to them, "Listen, guys, have a safe ride, be safe, and you know, it was nice seeing you guys." And she said, "Thank you for the compliment." But before she left, she goes, "May I ask how old you are?" I says, "I'm 54." She was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Thank you, baby." So next thing you know, they got on their bikes and they took off. I was like, I said goodbyes and everything. They left. So man, I'm heartbroken. But that was cool, you know. And after that, that's when I got back in my car, making sure there's no sand. I was still a little hot. It was not that humid. That was another thing. So, everybody just, I just went home. I just went home. But damn it, man. This woman says she was 54 years old. I thought she was like 60, but damn it, chiseled freaking body on a woman like that. I was like, what the hell, girl? Oh my God, man. The day at the beach. What are you going to do? Let me see here. So what else I going to talk about? There's a lot. Oh my God. I wrote so many stuff that what happened at the beach today. And well, okay, hold on. It's good to get away from everything and everybody. Well, yeah, that is true. You know, because like I said, I had a long 2.5 weeks. Went to get my blood work done, and everything was fine. Hold on for 1 second. Damn it, I forgot something. Oh my god. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I forgot to take my pill this morning. Una memento, por favor. Ah. Mm. Yes. So it was my cholesterol pill. Yeah, so my job and then going for my physical and now I gotta go for my EKG. It was like one thing after another thing after another thing. I was like, oh my God. It's good to go places like I said before. It's good to get away from everything and everyone. You have you have to, you know? Because I met so many people that like so stressed and so angry and because they don't get away. They're like, "Oh, I have to go with my girl. I need somebody to come with me." It's like, bitch, you don't need to go in. Just go by yourself. You can do so many things by yourself. You can go here, go there, eat this, eat that. You know, because how many times we've been with our mate and it's like, I want to go back to the hotel room. Why you want to go back to the hotel room? We've been up for 4 hours. Why you want to go back? But I'm just tired. I want to go take my nap. You know, I was like, but God, you're no fun. You're no fun. God, I don't understand those people that like you. You got up this morning, you ate breakfast. Hey, we got a day ahead of us. Boom, you do this. Let's go hiking. Let's go jet skiing. Let's go and kill some seagulls and then go to a bar and then eat some nice food. And then 4 to 5 hours go by And all of a sudden, hey, I'm tired. I want to go back to the hotel room. Why do you want to go back? God, you're so boring. God, you don't like to do anything. I'm like, yo, bitch, what the fuck? I want to take a nap. Damn, I'm not gonna take a nap on the beach or some park. The, the hotel room has a bathroom. I could take a dump, take a piss. You know, if I'm stinky, I could take a shower, refreshing myself, take a nap, re-energize. You know. Well, but God, you don't like to do anything. So we've been doing stuff for the past 5 hours. We've been shopping. We've been eating in nice restaurants. We've been hiking. We've been going on jet skis. We've been like looking at artwork, admiring the views, the sights, the scenes. What else you want to do? Build a house? Damn. You know? But you're not fun. That's what I go through. That's what I effing go through, dude. And then at night, it's even worse. Like for me personally, I am not a club guy or bar guy. But if I go with a woman that insists to go to the clubs every freaking night, I will dump her and dump her fast because that's all she's focused on. You know? And I'm like, damn, you what? You didn't get the club system out of you when you were in your teens? What the hell? You know? The clubs today, they're dangerous, man. They are. I'm so surprised they didn't announce anything in news about some shoot ups or explosives. Not that I'm, insisting on it, but I'm saying is like how things are these days. It's a pretty good chance it'll happen again. Some guy didn't get into the club, gets mad. There's a big fight at the club, and all of a sudden somebody gets shot, stabbed. It's like, okay, ruined a nice evening out. But when you go on vacation by yourself, like I've done before, oh my God, it's so much fun. Because I get to sleep as long as I want. You know, I when I go out, I know where I want to go, what I want to see. And then after that, I'd be like, let's see. I got up this morning, I worked out, and we left the hotel like around 9. I'm out here already. No, did this, did that. It's 3 o'clock. I'm going back to the hotel room. Watch anything on TV or anything on my phone, look at the stuff on my laptop and anything. And then after that, you know, hey, it's 11 o'clock. Oh, it's 12 midnight. What am I going to do? I'm going to take a nap. You know what I mean? Go to bed, take a nice shower. No. These days, it's like, oh my God, we have to go out. We have to stay out. Let's be out all damn day long. Yeah. Let's just see the sun come up and then the sun come down. Oh, God. Anyway, and you can spend the money on yourself. Oh my God. Anyway, wait a minute. What the hell am I looking at? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I'm checking something out real here real quick. Un momento, por favor. Okay, nothing bad. Good. Oh my God. Yeah. So when vacation comes or your birthday comes, listen, I'm not trying to be a therapist or a doctor. I'm far from that. I can be. I can pretend to be a good one. You know what I mean? But nowadays, it's like you're with your mate. You want to go to vacation by yourself, but all of a sudden it's like, why you want to go to vacation by yourself? Who is she? Who is her? It's like, oh my lord. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm making plans for my next birthday. Even though it's February, it'd be too cold to go to Chicago. But, I know where I want to go while I'm in Chicago. Or go to Puerto Rico. I don't have no idea. I still got a lot of time before I make that decision. I'll probably make my decision probably towards the end of September. I could purchase my tickets, get my reservations for February, and then after that, all said and done, I'm good to go. I might spend like maybe 3 or 4 days in PR, maybe, money wise. I'm trying to pay off my credit cards. That's another thing I've been trying to do. And so far, I am doing it. And I get my alerts and I'm like, bing, your payment was successful. I was like, oh, thank you. Woo, man, 2 more payments to go. I'll be like, yeah, I'll be doing the math. I'm like, click, click, boom, boom. Yeah, yeah. Wait, how much do I owe on my credit card anyway? Do I have to look that up now? All right, just real quick. I'll look it up real quick. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay. Una memento again, por favor. All right, so I'm gonna check this out real quick. No, get the hell out of here. Oh, God, I miss that dog. It was so friendly. Hello, Harry. We did talk. And, hey, forgot your name, dog. Yeah, that's okay. I forget my name. All right, hold on. Here we go. Wolverine 80. Okay, booyah. All right, there we go. It's coming up for the next 9 hours. I gotta wait. There we go. Okay, and maybe later. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, thank God. 2 more payments to go, baby. Hot the diggity dog. Oh my God, that's a beautiful sight to see. I'm happy. I'm happy. Hold on. All right, so let me do the math here. 276. So I have $276 left to pay. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna do the math. Let me see here. If I pay $176 next week. Okay, so 276. Yeah. Minus 176 4141. Damn it. Okay. 0000. Yes. Yes. I could pay this card in 2 weeks. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. It is a sight for sore eyes. I can tell you that, man. You don't have no idea how good it feels to pay off a credit card. You know what? I'm scheduling the payment now. I don't give a crap. Here we go. 4-1. Boop, boop. All right. So I will set the date up. That's the amount. And then I will schedule the date. Let me see here. No. Okay. Choose a date. Thank you. Oh my God. Now I got to find this damn date thing. Here we go. I'm clicking it now. I can't believe I am paying a bill while I'm doing my podcast. Is this a first? Is it? No, not really. And well, other people are like talking about this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, you know what? I have to pay my bill off. I'm gonna pay it off. Let me see here on the 21st. Yeah. So let me go up here. 21st. Boom. All right. Set the date. So August 21st is all right. I make sure I got to write this down because I have a piece of paper that I write my bill. Okay. And okay, now I gotta write Brightway. Binga binga boom 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 boom. Okay. And then Bammo. Ladies and gentlemen, on August 21st, I will be paying $176. After that goes through, one more payment to go, and I paid off one of my 2 more credit cards I have to pay. Oh my God. This is wunderbar. Booyah. Oh, wait a minute. It's happening. Shalabama, shalalabama, binga binga booma. All right. Oh my God. Remind me later. Oh. So this is so that's Brightway number 1. Okay, so Brightway is 2 more payments to go. Brightway, August 21st. Okay, so the second card. What the hell is the second card? I cannot believe I'm doing this. And no, I'll wait till I get off the damn podcast and do this. Fortiva, and the other one is okay, boom. Oh my God. I feel like great. You know, that right now all I have is 2 more payments to go. Oh my God. And then that one card will be paid off. Oh my goodness. What a great feeling. Oh, then the last card I really have to pay off, but which I'm doing well, is the Capital One card, you know. Yeah, that's numero cuatro. Capital One. Okay. I gotta make sure because I know I'm gonna forget as soon as I get off here. But anyway. All right. So let's continue on. Wow, that was just paying off the bill. You know what? That's happy time. Let's go. There you go. How does everybody feel? Happy? Is everybody happy now? Are you happy, people, that you're paying off your cards? Jeez. Wait, where's the damn sound effects? Oh my God.
Well, what had happened was
All right, we'll stick with that one. All right. Anyway, so let's move on, man. That was a segment of how to pay over your credit cards on the podcast. Jeez, man. Like I have nothing else better to do, which I think I do or don't. I have no idea. Personally, don't care. All right. So I have this thing called the internet, and I went on it not too long ago. And the first thing I saw was there was like the history of the best samurai, 10 of the best samurai movies ever made, right? But when I was reading it, I saw like two, like the Seventh Samurai, and there was another one that was a classic. But all of these 10 samurai movies, right? They're all Japanese and they're all in Japanese. And I must have saw 3 of the 10 films, but you're talking about technology now that's so advanced it can dub it into English so perfectly and so well that it makes it look like they are speaking English. But they have not done the translation. They have not done the transfer. They have not done the dubbing. And here I am thinking, God, it's 2026. You can't, like, the subtitle thing should be obsolete now, you know, because now you can dub a movie that's from a foreign country, and now you can bring it to the States, and now you can make it a perfect English. Like they're actually, like the actors are speaking French, but damn it, they're like now, you know, speaking English. It's like, oh my God, they're Japanese French and they're speaking English. Now I can see this action movie. So these 10 classic samurai movies, I didn't save it because I read them all, and then next thing you know, I'm like, well, wait a minute, damn it. They're all in Japanese. I was like, it effing hurt me. I was like, oh God. And I just said, you know what? No, I'm not going to save it and read it. Because again, you're talking about technology that's immensely advanced and they just cannot put them in English. I was like, all right, let it be. Ugh. Oh my God. So anyway, so there were 10 classic films. One of them won an Oscar for Best Picture. And I was like, yeah. All right. So I went on, I kept looking around, said, what should I talk about? So then I came across this in Collider, which is a great website, by the way, collider.com. It says 10 gangster movies with absolutely no flaws. I was like, that's my interest right there. But you know what? Screw that. I'm going to do it both. I'll extend my time here. I don't care. So 10 gangster movies with no flaws. So gangster movies have long been one of the cinema's most alluring and intriguing subgenres. So immerse themselves in the callous grit of gangland brutality, while others fault with enrapturing sense of style and illustrates the luxury of glamour and status that comes with the life of an organized crime. But all these great and perfect gangster movies are anchored with their, thematic interest, issues, morality, violence, power, and opportunity. So, but these gangster movies are generally perfect from start to finish. All right. So you're talking about these that were either directed by Martin Scorsese or other legendary directors, and they have a vision, they have a dream. It's like, oh, okay, let's do this. So to be accepted one of the greatest iconic movies of all time. All right. So here are the top 10. They're not in order. All right. So number 10 is Once Upon a Time in America, 1984. I saw the movie. Very well done. Very well acted. It's an epic runtime for almost 4 hours long. Now, Once Upon a Time in America is the ultimate parable of misrepresentation of an American dream unfolding with non-linear plot. It follows a group of Jewish gangsters from their humble beginnings as ambitious youths in the New York ghetto to their prominent standings in the cities of the underworld. Even to the old age of paranoia, betrayal, and nostalgia and remorse. Now, Sergio Leone's direction of the film captures distinctive. Oh my God, there's so much to it for me. But anyway, once Upon a Time America has overcome several complexities in its initial release. It is now regarded as one of the greatest crime epics of all time and unique, emotional, distinct, I guess, or decent, distinct, into a life of lawlessness. All right. Number 9, The Departed, 2006. Now, a few directors are celebrated for their contributions for Martin Scorsese's film The Departed. It came out in 2006. I saw it when it came out in theaters. Very well done movie, which follows a tense cat and mouse game between a mole and a Boston police department and an undercover cop in an organized crime syndicate. Now, The Departed stands out as one of the most greatest crime movies Hollywood has ever produced in recent decades. The Oscar-winning gem is defining the hard-edged grit Scorsese's imbues all his crime pictures with magnetic and intense sense of propulsive storytelling and editing. Now, a raw vision of morality, duplicity, and desperation, which makes the movie classic thus far. Here's another movie, Angels with Dirty Faces. Okay. How about Angels with Stinky Butts? That's the title. 1938. Angels with Dirty Faces is an old Hollywood gangster film. It stars Pat O'Brien. These are the actors. They're all long gone now. Rocky Sullivan, James Cagney, a notorious gangster who has once his childhood friend. Between the two, the film explores life tragedies and piercing poignancy, illustrating how their lives turned out to be drastically, and acknowledges the allure of crime, pathway, luxury status, and power, with highlighting. Oh my God! Why did they just say the title of the movie? Anyway, another movie that I love, it's an Irish gangster movie, is Miller's Crossing, 1990. He says, look into your heart. Just look into your heart. An underrated gem of stunning filmography, the Coen brothers' Miller's Crossing sees the filmmakers implement their trademark blend of cynical wit. Now, offbeat style and intense character focus in the gangster cinema, functioning a bleak character study. It follows an icy mob strategist, Tom Regan, Gabriel Byrne, as he navigates an escalating gang war and prohibition era America with adhering to interplay of personal principle, survival, and shrouded loyalty. Um, it has an all-star cast and it's a classic gangster movie. This emotionally compelling plunge. Oh my God! Again, too much to F and read. Another movie that's top 10 classic movie, Animal Kingdom, 2010. Gritty, realistic Animal Kingdom cuts down of semblance of romanticism and glory that can surround crime cinema. Here, director David Michôd emphasizes a persistive air of dread through the story of crime family's self-inflicted downfall following the death of his mother. Teenager Joshua, played by James Frenchville, is taken in by his uncles and grandmother and exposed to their life of criminal ambition and brutality. Torn between mounting pressure from his besieged family and the offering to help from a cop, Josh struggles to navigate the escalating situation. God, again, too much to eat. Read cheese and crackers. Anyway, another gangster movie to the top 10, White Heat, 1949. Well, yeah. What about uh Black Burn? There you go. Why I gotta be white? Anyway, it's another gem of another classic gangster movie. Now, oh God, I am not gonna read all this, but anyway, it's a classic gangster movie from 1948. All right, there. But here's one of my favorite gangster films. I love it. It has memorable lines, great performances. Pulp Fiction, 1994. It is a treacherous path to make a gangster movie feel cook, slick, and so effing cool. Unbearable psychological duress of a life in organized crime. But if a movie is so take that approach, it doesn't hurt to be imbued with a panache and punch of Pulp Fiction, a sprawling, non-linear epic that contains everything from atmospheric suspense to hysterical comedy. It follows an intersecting lives of several people involved in LA's criminal underworld. It's subversive, boldness, tonal control, glorious, and unpredictability. Now you're talking about a movie that has everything, Mr. Wolf, Vincent, and the list goes down. Quentin Tarantino. This was his before, like after Reservoir Dogs. This was his uprising movie. This put him on the map. The movie was nominated for Best Picture. Um, John Travolta was nominated for Best Actor. Samuel L. Jackson was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and Quentin Tarantino was nominated for Best Writer and Best Director. I mean, you're talking about a movie that had like maybe 10 or 12 nominations. I have no idea because it was classic, it was original, it was hysterical, it had serious moments. But for some reason, when this movie comes on, it's one of those movies. Like I said, you can see it 1,000 times over and over again to the nth power, and you never get tired of it. You may know the lines, you may know the upcoming scenes. It's one of those movies where it's like, you know what? I'm going to stay home and watch Pulp Fiction. I mean, you know what I mean? It's awesome. It's great. I love the movie because it has great lines in it. And I'm not going to go down the list of Pulp Fiction lines. But moreover, its brilliance as a gangster thriller resides to its subversive boldness, total control, and glorious unpredictability. And unpredictability is an analysis of morality in the criminal underworld. And that's what I'm talking about. It has razor sharp wit, pulp culture references, and razor sharp storytelling prowess. This is one of my favorite gangster movies of all time. All right. So, City of God, 2002. I never saw this movie, but it is on Netflix, and I will see it because I heard rave reviews over it, like near 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, what the? Now, a few movies of any genre are so fiercely, impressionable and savagely confronting as The City of God. The plot persists. Now, the plot presents a harrowing descent into the crime of Rio de Janeiro through the eyes of two childhood friends who take drastically different paths as they reach adolescence. It loose adaptations to Paulo Lin's semi-autobiographical biographical novel. It unfolds as Rocket, and professional photography. I mean, this, wow, okay, this, it's a lot to read again. City of God strips gangster cinema of its lavish allure and its exploration of cinematic and inescapable poverty. So it's a story about two kids, as always in gangster movies. One goes left, one goes right. One does good, one does bad. You know, but it is, you know what? I am going to put this on here. City of God. City of God. I'm going to watch that movie. If it's in Portuguese, I'm not watching it. I don't have time to read subtitles. I want to see the movie. All right, what's the other one? Animal Kingdom. That's another one. Okay, Animal Kingdom. Un momento, por favor. Animal Kingdom. Okay, Kingdom. Booyah. All right, those are the two movies I'm gonna go see. Because, like I said, tomorrow I'm not going to the comedy club. I'm just gonna stay home after I do everything else. All right, continuing. Damn it. Another classic Godfather movie, gangster movie. I just said the title, damn it. The Godfather, 1972, and The Godfather Part 2, 1974. You're talking about a movie that you never get tired of seeing or watching. This movie is pure art work, damn it. The Godfather 1 and 2, to me, is classic by Francis Ford Coppola. Now, he renovated the genre platform of epic tragedy and, his ambition to expand what this movie is like an empire of how the Italian mob was. If you ever seen the movie called The Offer, it's a series called The Offer. The actuality of what the director, the producer, and the writer and the cast had to go through to make this movie. They went through the mafia, they went through unions, and they had to get permission to film this and do that. And I'm like, oh my God. They went through hell to make this the first Godfather. But it's one of those movies where the first one is great, then the second one was like compared it to the first one, it's original. I mean, it's an organized crime of the 20th century in New York. I mean, oh my lord. Godfather 1 and 2 is iconic score, executed majesty, precision, and timeless impact, let alone the acting and the writing. Francis Ford Coppola, this was his Mona Lisa, you know? But anyway, another classic gangster movie, Goodfellas, 1990. As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster. The opening narration of Goodfellas is a perfect illustration of the picture that follows an enrapturing exploration of life of the mafia that captures both allure of organized crime and terrifying paranoia that comes with it. It has all of it in one movie based on a true story. Um Again, it's one of those movies where you don't get tired when it comes on, you know? I'm sorry, I'm texting somebody while I'm thinking of you. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. At the beach. Okay. There you go. Okay. So, Goodfellas to me, it is rated R. It's near 100% Rotten Tomatoes. To me, it's flamboyant. It's immersive. Hill's tumultuous rise and fall as a gangster. It exudes style, flamboyance, without ever sacrificing striking realism, and it makes one of the most greatest crime movies of all time. It fits right up there with The Godfather. It does, man. Because again, Casino. They didn't mention Casino. That's another classic gangster movie that I love watching, and I never get tired of it when it comes on. Oh my god! But those are your top 10 classic gangster movies. You know, will they ever make a mafia movie that's like so real, so hysterical, or so tragic, or so scary? I don't think so. It's been a while since we had. There's so many movies that involves ghosts and monsters, you know, and evil spirits and demons and aliens from other planets. But when it comes to like The Godfather and Goodfellas, they hasn't been a film where it gives you the fear of what the world of the mafia is. This is it. This is what will happen if you join. You fuck up, you die. You know, you betray us, you die. You rat on us, you die. You know, so physically, so graphic. You know, but it's intriguing. You know, you want to know what these guys went through to from bottom to the top. You know, don't sell drugs. Well, we're selling drugs. How are you going to make a living? How you gonna put the sauce on the pasta? You know what I mean? Yeah. But with all these classic gangster movies, there's not that many around. And if they ever knew get the right director like a Francis Ford Coppola or Martin Scorsese to say, listen, this is how you make a gangster movie. This is how a classic gangster movie should be. You know? But many of them think it's like, hey, they're the mob. They wear suits 24/7. You know, they drive fancy cars, which they do. But you know, anyone knows that when you're in this business, you don't want to be too loud. You know, because you draw attention, especially the police. Wow, 16-year-old driving a Mercedes. Okay, or another 15-year-old driving a Rolls Royce. Okay, you know. But that's the world of the gangster, man. That's the world of the gangster. The mafia, the real mafia, the Italian mob, you know. Now, mind you, they didn't bring nothing about the Russian mob because, you know, they're good. They're scary. You know what I mean? But they're talking about gangster movies from way back when they were like, damn. You know what I mean? That's scary. Oh, this is what would happen if I joined, you know? Like from The Sopranos, nowadays, I don't know. If they ever do make a gangster movie, They should do their research, get the right people, and make it right. Don't make a gangster movie as, hey, everybody, we're going to do some jokes. No, or some father loving his daughter, trying to save her to get him out of the business. No. Anytime they make a gangster movie, don't make it about like someone's story. Make it about this is what happens when you join the mob. This is what they will do to you if you screw up. This is what they'll do to you if you don't do what you as they tell you to do it. Nowadays, the Italian mob pretty much has no power at all. They've been trying to come back to the best of their ability. They've been working for the Mexican cartels, the Colombian cartels, the Russian mob, and they have to make a living, But the Italian mob of old, everybody knows. Even federal agents are like, I guess they got the hint. They backed off. They don't want to go to jail. How you gonna make money when you're behind bars? How you gonna drive your Rolls Royce Mercedes when you're behind bars? The Italian mob has been slick in so long. They're losing their touch. Everybody's getting arrested. Everybody's getting too old. But always remember this. The real gangsters, they're great to see in the movies. And why? Because you're not in the mob. You're not taking the code of Omerta. From watching from a movie's perspective, you're safe. You know what I mean? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'll do the Eddie Murphy thing tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow when I come back on. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is about my time for the Jerry Torres program. I appreciate everybody coming on, staying on. Thank you so much. Okay, enough of that joy. As you all well know, I am an accomplished author. I've written a book entitled Chinese Food for Breakfast. You can find my book either on lulu.com, that is Lulu, or on Amazon Kindle. And it's an ebook. You can download the book, read the book anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or your laptop. And the book is only $4, people, so you're really not going to be breaking the bank. So download the book today and enjoy a good read. Chinese Food for Breakfast by Jerry Torres. Also, listen to my good friend Letice Mitchell's podcast show, Tice Talk. She's in the works of making a comeback. Her podcast show is hysterical. It's about life, family, love, relationships. You can listen to her previous podcast shows on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. And she is in works on making a comeback. And she's one of the most hysterical, funniest female comedians I have ever worked with. I enjoy watching her, and I have a lot of fun when I do a show with her. So make sure you listen to Letice Mitchell's podcast show, Tice Talk.
Get wrecked.
Tice Talk with Letice Mitchell.
Sunday.
God damn, that is loud. Hold on. Let me put this low if I can. There we go.
Tice
In your face.
Talk.
Monster truck.
Also, listen to Gordo B. He's an up and coming hip hop artist. You can listen to his new music, download his new album, go on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. You can listen to his previous songs and his up and coming new album. Plus, he is working on a tour. I love his music. You can understand his lyrics. You can understand what he's saying. I compare his music to like Digable Planets, A Tribe Called Quest, and De La Soul. All three in one. Poetic, So make sure you find Gordo B on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. Download his music, download his new album, and check him out. He's up and coming. He's one of the most greatest guys and the most nicest guys ever, and great flowing hair. Anyway, so listen to Gordo B. His name is spelled Gordo, capital B. And also listen to Funky Times. They are a great band. They mix it up with jazz, funk, rock. They know how to make music and make music right. You can find their music on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. And if you're interested in hiring them for an event, send them an email, work things out, and I guarantee you won't be upset. So make sure you find them and listen to Funky Times. And speaking of Funky Times, I use their music pretty much to close my podcast. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of the Jerry Torres program. As I always say towards the end of my podcast, damn it, I was loud. And whatever religious figure you believe in, may you be blessed. I bid you all a fondue. I'll be back. So I ask you all, please don't go a changing. I'm a-gon' get it going and bye.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Powered by Riverside.
Limited time offer. No purchase necessary. Offer valid at participating locations. Void where prohibited. No animals were harmed during the production of this soundboard. Subject to change without notice. Side effects include dry mouth, occasional pig snort or two, sore stomach, teary eyes, achy jaws, and whatever tingles well. Laughing heart.
You've just heard the Jerry Torres program on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Riverside FM, and listen to him in other podcast affiliates. Subscribe to the Jerry Torres program on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen, because always remember that the Jerry Torres program has been known to bring magic into your heart, mind, and soul. Magic.